Once upon a time I used to go out and buy about 3 or 4 or 5 books, and then I'd only read one of them or none of them. Now I buy one book at a time, and I read one book at a time. Sometimes wonderful books come through the mail from other publishers, and one of these is The Spare Room by the Australian writer Helen Garner, and I think this is an extraordinary book. Unfortunately, you're going to have to wait, because it doesn't come out until the summer, till June, I think. It's a story of a woman of about my age who has a spare room. She lives by herself, and her friend, who is dying of cancer, arrives to stay. You would think this would be the most horrible thing to read about, and of course it is full of its horrors and terrors. But it is beautifully written, it's extraordinarily moving, it's very funny, and I really think it's a great book. And Helen Garner, I've always thought to be one of Australia's great writers. She doesn't seem to travel very much. This book, I think, will be really loved by people in this country. The other book, the book I read before I read the Helen Garner book, is a much older book, The Radetzky March by Joseph Roth. And I'd never read Roth. He's very famous, but famous perhaps for not being read so much. And I don't really want to say what it's about, although of course it's set in the time of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the last days of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Indeed, it ends with the assassination of the Archduke Ferdinand. But what do we read for? We really read for those words on the page, and the words on the page in this book are extraordinarily beautiful, fantastically textured. The physical and human world it evokes is on every page full of delight. I'm so pleased to have found this book, and of course when you find a great writer who you didn't know about, you can then go on and read all of their other books.